Hey, everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. I'm excited about this conversation I'm about to have. It's with Fredarious Stowers. We all love him. We all know him. We're going to get an opportunity to hear some of the things that keeps him motivated, how he lives his life positively, contributing to the community. So just stay tuned, join in, and watch this amazing interview. For Darius, man, I'm really, really excited about this conversation we're about to have.
All right.
So
Yes, ma'am.
I really started paying attention to you each time you came to my house to put up a TV for me. I was just paying attention to the things that you were saying, your behavior, how you carried yourself. When I made contact with you about doing a service for me,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
it was all in the spirit of excellence. So
Amen.
I've been paying attention to you. And like you never know who's watching, who's listening. I've been
You're
paying
right.
attention. So I was like, man, when we started doing this work right here, I was like, I thought about you early. Like I thought about you, probably about 2 months ago. I was like, I got to get him on there because I really want to hear more about, just your mindset, how you see the world. You always exhibiting like positive energy. It's just good to be around you. So my first question is, where do you think that comes from?
Like basically, I was kind of like the youngest bunch, and then the youngest out the bunch. So I had to look at like it was all the I was the youngest out the bunch. So I'm watching everybody else, but I got to keep up also. So a lot of stuff I had to adapt. You know what I'm saying, to what's really going on. But versus you use that in a motivational way. Well, like I seen the good, bad, and the ugly. So you know what I mean. You learn how to divide it. You learn how to put in your own perspective way. Even though you might have people to tell you certain things, but it's up to you to divide it. And so you got to take it for what it is and not what it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just, you know, it's certain things you're gonna be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. So at the end of the day, it's like you were saying, you've been watching versus I want to give that positive energy. That's something I want to do. That's something that I knew I can do. You know what I'm saying? First, when you learn your purpose in life, you know what I'm saying? It took me a little minute, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we don't God time, so we don't never know, you know what I mean? It come like a thief in the night.
Yeah, that's right. So was there anything special that happened that made you say, okay, I want to go in this direction versus another direction? Was it any type of event or anything like that?
It's so much, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But I'm so thankful through it all, you know what I mean? Because you can use any one of those things, and you know what I'm saying? I try to look at the good in everything, no matter the bad. And that would give me a drive too, because sometimes we'll think too fast and you know what I'm saying, and think too fast and react too fast, and
Mm-hmm.
versus that ain't might be the whole picture what's really going on. Sometimes we have to step back and just evaluate, you know what I'm saying, how you taking things in life. And so that just it just some, you know what I mean, that I always try to, you know what I'm saying, study the, you know what I'm saying, your emotional part of the mind, you know what I'm saying. And that's what brought me back to like my purpose in life, and this gave me that drive where I just want people to, when they see something, that I want to give them something good, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, give them something to remember, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think is your purpose?
I mean, like, I think my purpose in life is to motivate, encourage, always, no matter what. Don't let your situation or circumstances or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, that should give you a motivate. You know what I'm saying? That should give you a push. It's just certain things that, we wonder why we go through certain things, but that would make us who we are. That
Mm-hmm.
when your character is built. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Don't nobody start from the top. They always had to start from the bottom. Just like a house being built.
Mm-hmm.
You start from the frame and build his way up. And that's the part of my change when I actually really like accepted Jesus. And like, you know what I'm saying? So it got to a point where like I had to like he sit you down.
Mhm.
versus like we all been sat down. So you know whether whatever situation he used to set you down and catch your attention, and that's a moment that you have to get on that scribe for him, and you know what I'm saying, and you'll be able to take time because he is patient. You know what I'm saying, he forgiving. You know, he's a forgiving God, the one I serve. You
Mhm.
know, so I've been coaching, you know what I mean, ever since I've been staying in Athens. I've been coaching probably like 5 years or so, you know what I mean? And that was one of my purpose of, you know what I'm saying, that's something I always told myself. I didn't make it to the lead, I was just gonna give back as much as I could, you
Mhm.
know. And with coaching football, it just, you know, you take your experience and see how can you better someone else's life. You know,
Mhm.
your life, even though your life ain't nobody life perfect, but you try to, you know what I'm saying, you want to implement certain things. Well, what can I put in? What can I take out?
Well, I know that I remember when you were a younger little guy,
Right.
I had moved back to town, and I don't know, you probably was in middle school at the time.
Yes, man.
Like I remember you, like you even then you were real energetic. I mean, you were doing what little boys do at that time,
Right.
but you still had a light about you even
Right.
then. So I know when I was doing, I think I was throwing little parties or something for you
Right.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know in those experiences, uh, I learned a lot from just working with young people.
Right.
There were some things that I learned, and there were some things that I taught. So, in your case, working with the little football players, like, can you recall something that you've learned about yourself, like just working with those little fellows?
That you really have to humble yourself, and it's like you have to go to a level where you started it. You have to go all the way back to the level where you started it, because that's the level where they starting it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take yourself back to that place, and you know what I'm saying. You have to take things. You have to take it on their level,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to give it to them, not too fast or not too slow, but just right. And you got to be patient with them, and you have to be understanding, and you have to you know you got to ask question, and tell them to ask you question, so you like I'm inviting you in, so you know what I'm saying, I'm here for you,
Mm-hmm.
whether whatever the situation where we can talk about it, because a lot of kids, like, they not gonna talk to parents sometimes while they out there, because they might be ashamed. I know I'm gonna get a whipping, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
saying,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean, I
yeah,
know I'm gonna get a whipping,
yeah.
so I need to tell somebody before I do something, you know what I mean. They just, hypothetically just speaking, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, we were once there. So I know, you know what I'm saying, what you going through, but I don't know exactly the situation versus, you know what I'm saying, being able to talk to someone, because that'll help a kid open up, that'll help a kid grow, that'll help a kid build their confidence up, you know what I'm saying? And to help them build their character.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll always respect you
Mm-hmm.
as a, you know what I'm saying, coach or whatever the situation may be, like far as a mentor or whatever, they're gonna always respect you
Yeah.
for what you give them.
Right, that's right. And I think it's important for you to know. I just want to take a minute to point it out. Like if you can reach kids, or if somebody opened up to you, they trust you, man, that's a gift. That is a gift. If a child can tell you something they can't tell their parents, like it's something special about you for them to be able to do that. So I just want you to know, I want you to be aware of just how special you are. You
I
know what I mean?
appreciate that.
Because, I think sometimes knowing that kind of stuff gives us even more confidence
Right,
in what we do. And the more confident we are in giving, the more we can give. So I just
right,
want to just point that out. Um, because that is important. That's a gift.
right,
And it takes like you not being selfish. Like you almost have to forget about,
yeah,
all the things you know as an adult,
right,
and just, like you said, get on their level.
right,
So yeah, that definitely is, one of the things that we can't take for granted.
right.
Um, Leadership. Like, do you see yourself as a leader?
I most definitely, like just being involved, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I used to wonder why my uncles and brother, they used to always push me, they'll beat me up, or they would just. I took it as like some people might take it out as in another content, but I'm gonna take it as like they building you up, meaning that you got to be strong mentally, physically, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Because cause they all on the scale. You gotta balance them out. So and they all gonna play a part. But you know what I'm saying? They work hand in hand, and it just being a leader. You gotta say, if nobody else don't do it, I gotta do it.
Right.
No matter what happened, even if I gotta do it alone.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? You gotta have that type of mindset, and a leader ain't gonna just give up on you. He not gonna throw the towel in, or just he gonna keep fighting and fighting and fight. But being a leader, I started like being in track and football and stuff, and it just I had a drive about myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to make it. I wanted to have some. I wanted to accomplish things. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I was competitive, so that make it more interesting too. But like I was a captain my senior year in football.
One thing about leadership is, and you said it earlier, like it requires us sometime to be out there alone. Ain't nobody else with you. So how do you manage that? Like, cause I know for me personally, I don't have no whole bunch of friends around me. I got a couple of good people that I confide in, but that's all I need. I don't need
Right,
all that extra stuff.
right.
So, how do you manage that?
I mean, like you say, like I don't need all that. Like my circle real small, and when you gotta, and like energy, vibe, and you know what I'm saying, who you got yourself attached with, all that play a bigger parts of who being connected with certain people, and you don't want to be connected with just anybody.
That's
You want
right.
to be connected with people that's what I'm saying, like you, like
Mm-hmm.
we think alike, we almost act alike, like you know what I'm saying, we know what I'm saying? Like they say, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me. And I know you probably heard of this before, but like they say, the eagle, like the eagle will not fly with any other bird. You got to be able to do what it does.
Right,
It will not fly with any other bird because other birds have different attributes,
right,
and the eagle don't. Just my interpretation, it doesn't want to be influenced by it.
right,
It can fly higher than any other bird, so it makes no sense for it to flock with something that's other than itself.
right,
But a lot of times that's what people do. We'll sacrifice, our true attributes just to fit in.
right,
We'll do that. But at the same time, not realizing we lose our effectiveness. You know
right,
what I mean? Like if your goal is to inspire young football players or whoever else, like you want to be effective at it. So
right,
you gotta be careful about what you consume.
right,
You gotta be careful about, the people if their vibe is low, 9 times out of 10, people are go when they're ready, be lifted up, right?
right,
But if we stay around it long enough, then it's gonna impact our
right,
vibe. Now we
right,
stooping to their level.
right,
So you're right. So we got to be real careful about who we hang around. Yeah, I was having this conversation with my daughter this morning about they say when we get to the pearly gates, we meet with God, and God is gonna say, "What did you do?" You
right,
know what I mean? What did you believe? What did you say?
right,
Kind of like when Jesus had the conversation. I don't know the story, and I don't want to mess it up, but I just kind of remember when some point in the Bible when it says Jesus asked one of the disciples, who do you say I am?
right,
Because that's all that matters. Like,
right.
what do
What you
you say
believe
and
in your
what you
heart.
believe, what you believe.
Right,
And so we have to live from that place. We have to live from what we believe. We can't live from what other people believe or what we think they should believe about us because we lose our effectiveness every time.
right.
Um, who can you identify some people that have been some great role models for you?
My brother, he stayed on me like a lot. Like my brother Rion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody know like he gonna speak his mind, he gonna say what he need to say, but in a lot of content, that's what we need. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? A lot of stuff being sugar coated. It's not being, what I'm saying, like watered down versus he gonna give you the butt naked truth
Yeah.
and hold no cut on it. You know what I'm saying? So, what I mean, I'm thankful for that because he wanted me to be prepared for the life that we living in today's time. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it ain't built for the weak. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You know what I mean? And on all levels, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying, physical,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's it's all in your head, you know what I'm saying? Mental, you know what I mean? Because it's just like how you say, you got the whole once the devil got the head, you know what I'm saying, the whole body,
It's
is no
gone too.
good.
Yeah.
So what good is the body and it can't think?
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? The
That's right.
body can be like walking zombies. But you know what I mean?
So your brother was a great role model for
Right.
you.
Yeah, he stayed on me. He pushed me the most, you know what I'm saying? Then my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Like my mama, my grandmother. See, I had to stay with her like through move with her middle school. You know what I'm saying? I had to like a lot of stuff that a lot of these men then probably have at the time of middle school. I had to learn responsibility at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of stuff that's going on now, and you know what I'm saying, with me being married and all type of stuff, you know how to assist a woman, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I learned what a woman can do. Cook, clean, take care of the house. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that at a young age, and you know what I'm saying, I had to take care of my aunt. She was had a Down syndrome, so I'm got two at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying, because that meant a lot, though. You know what I mean. She didn't. She wanted me. You know what I'm saying. Learn how to depend on yourself. You know what I'm saying. Don't just depend on the woman. I'm gonna teach you these things, but also you can know how to assist the woman. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In a such sense of love. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, and well, to this day, well, the last few years, well, on my journey with with Christ, um, my Pastor David Lee Foster,
Mm-hmm.
he I go to church in Athens, Living Free Ministry. Um, so he was more hard on me on the spiritual realm and also just reality itself, because he have a background history what he done been through, but now he preaching. Now he don't live that lifestyle no more. So all the opportunity he get to share his story with me, he always shares something, because he been through a lot. He always spent his years in prison, just running the streets, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
now, you know what I'm saying.
What
You
what what do you like the most about him? About your pastor?
he'll do whatever it takes. He'll like he'll do like it's hard to really do something for him, like unless it's like God tell him to do it. But versus that, he look at himself as being the head and the leader. So it's like I need to lead by example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? And not only that, he'll share stories or whatever, or whenever he preaching, he'll just always say, I'm talking about me first.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
start with me first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another that
So you like how he takes
I
responsibility
yes, and
and
accountability too.
accountability. That's
You feel what
good.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, like I'm the head, you know what I'm saying? We not perfect, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm a lead by example. So
So yeah, that's a great attribute. Because do you know how difficult it is for people to be accountable and to say, man, you know what, I was wrong, or I need to improve upon that. It's difficult for people to do, but it is the number one thing that must be done if we're gonna grow.
right,
It's like, and I know we all watching the NBA finals. Like I was just listening to Draymond a few minutes ago. He was just saying, I didn't play well in game 3. What game was it? 3? Is that what they just played? He
right,
was like, I gotta do better in game 4. So I think that's what real leaders do. They look at their actions, you know, not afraid to reflect on it.
right,
These are the areas that I need to improve, and these are the areas that I'm doing good on. And so just being accountable,
right,
to self, I think is an awesome attribute.
right,
And it's difficult for people to do.
right.
Um, what is the best advice you've been given and the best advice that you have given? So the best advice you've received and the best advice you think you've given so far.
I've been given never give up on yourself, you know, and everything, just like I've been saying, everything start with self. And you know, a lot of times we'll sit here and point fingers at everybody, but we don't never sweep around our own though.
Mm-hmm.
But we ready to, you know what I'm saying? So I just, you know what I'm saying, never give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like accountability, leadership, your character, your integrity, You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that that where it start from self. So never, never give up. Keep pushing. Learn how to balance them out because it ain't easy. But you every day you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? If you just give up, then eventually you gonna create a habit of just giving up,
That's right.
giving up. Versus every day you gotta push. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta push. You know what I'm saying? Some days gonna be harder than the next.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Every day is a different struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So we just gotta keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Some days we might not have to push that hard. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta know how to adjust to day life.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I
right.
mean? That's the only way we're gonna make it.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I really like that. So never give up. That's the best advice on self. That's the
Right.
best advice
I done
that
right.
you have gotten.
Gotten. Right.
And what's the best advice you have given?
Show love.
Okay.
Show love. You know what I mean? Cause you know what I mean? If it ain't love, it's the other. It's hate. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy, it's envy.
Ain't no in between.
Ain't no in
If you
between
ain't
you.
loving, then
It's
you
yes.
hating.
It's like yes or yay or nay.
Yeah, that's right.
You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? You know what I mean? You got to pick a side. Ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? So that when we live in it, you got to stay on one side. You got to pick a side. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? And you got to live on it. You got to stand on it.
Right. And that's so good because, like, I think that's accountability, like what we were just talking about. Like, every time we are accountable for our actions, when we're able to look at the good and the bad, and we grow from it. I think each time that we learn to do that, it opened us up to loving more and more.
Right.
Now I got a little bit more compassion because, I kind of went through the same thing. I saw myself grow from it. And so now I may see somebody else that got the same struggle. And now I'm gonna show them some compassion or some love because I understand it. I went through it. So I think that's the beautiful part of life is that as long as we stay open, we stay accountable, we stay surrendering, we stay growing, then ultimately it leads to me just loving you.
Right.
I think that's the ultimate force in on this planet
Right.
is love.
Right.
So give love and never give up.
Right.
Yeah,
Never give up on yourself.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I think I got a couple more questions. What is it that you're most proud of so far? Because you got a long life, but so far.
I mean, I'm proud of why I done grew like mentally and spiritually because like a lot of times we don't really be mindful of what's really going on or we don't never take time to really sit down and just meditate, you know what I'm saying? Think on some things, you know what I'm saying? And we so cuz the world is so we but then you get caught up in the world where the world moving so fast and everybody trying to keep up, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of the problem. I had to learn how to I don't have to move at their rate. I need to
Mm,
move at my rate.
that's right.
I
That's
need to,
good.
you know what I'm saying? I need to, so I took that in a sense where I need to, work on my spirit. I need to, ask for true forgiveness and get any hardness out of my heart, you know what I'm saying? Get it all out and you know what I'm saying, repent. So you know what I mean? So it ain't like I gotta walk around and find something to, you know what I'm saying, be mad about or easily triggered to be mad. I
Right.
don't want to do that. I don't want to show that
Right. That's
because
right.
that's in my private time I can do that with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I deal with that in private, you know what I'm saying? Versus, you know what I'm saying, like you say, you never know who watching you and you never know who gonna bless you.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying? So that's gonna speak on your character because you got other people watching you and they can learn from you just by watching you and listening to you.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Cause your energy and your vibe going, you know what I'm saying? It gonna vibe.
That's
It
right.
gonna vibrate. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Either
right.
you gonna catch on or you not.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I
Yeah, because
mean?
it's so true because it's not really what happens to us. It's really how we handle what happens to us.
Right.
And that speaks to our character. And really that's what because we can't things will happen.
Right.
Tough things gonna happen. But how do you manage it? Like how do I manage myself, when I'm stuck in traffic? You know what I mean?
Right.
And this car in front of me is moving slow. Like, what do I? And ain't nobody looking. It's just me. I'm the only one in my car. How do I conduct myself? That's character.
Right.
That is so true. So what are some of the things that you do to ensure that you keep growing? You keep growing.
I mean, you got to read
Mm-hmm.
your Bible, study, you know what I'm saying? Or read even something just positive. Read a positive book, or you know what I'm saying, listen to some positive music, you know what I'm saying? Listen to something that's gonna keep you going, you know what I'm saying? Or do something that's gonna, like, you can work out. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that we can do, and do things that you love or you gifted in, you know what I'm saying, that'll keep you going. You know what I mean? So so that's how we going, that's how I manage to do certain things in my life. I have to think about what I'm trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Not because when you keep the faith, you know what I'm saying, that's when, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other stuff kick in too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, like, your trust, you know what I'm saying? You have to trust the process. Like, having faith, that means I'm gonna trust the process. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what I go through, you know what I'm saying? And all of it ain't gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta keep pushing, man.
Yeah.
That's all. Keep
So
going. Keep
so so
fighting.
so how do you feel about being one of the chosen ones?
I mean, it's a good feeling, but at the end of the day, you gonna have people that's gonna say you not like you not what you say you are, or it gonna be people that's gonna try to bring you down, but you gotta know who you are.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And then that just far as like your purpose. There's you know what I'm saying, when you get to that purpose point, you got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying, for you to walk in your purpose or do what you need to do.
Yeah, because it really doesn't matter what other people say. The
Uh,
only thing that matters is what you say,
right.
and
And
you
what
gonna
you believe.
right, and you gonna say what you believe.
Right.
That's why it's important. It's imperative that we keep working on the heart, keep cleaning that heart up, so
Right.
so we can get clear about what we believe, and then we say and live from that space. So,
Right.
because people gonna always have an opinion, but that opinion always comes from where they are,
Right.
and usually from the lack of work that they've done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because living a spiritual life or faithful life, it requires some work. It requires some accountability,
Right.
which we talked about earlier. A lot of people ain't trying to do.
Right.
People just trying to. People lazy, man.
People just trying to, they just going through the motion.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That was our football coach. He was like, y'all just going through the motion. Y'all ain't trying to do no work. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We don't want to get caught up in just going through the motion. Then now you ain't getting no credibility for it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see nothing. You
Nothing.
know what I'm saying? Nothing from nothing leave nothing.
Zero.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
go to the bank account,
Yeah.
you don't put no money in, you can't get none out.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You just wasting time, really.
Yeah.
That's all you doing.
Man, this is such a key point because really that's what people are doing. A lot of people are doing. Some people are doing the work, um, but a lot of people are not. And I think that's one of the things that I like about what we're doing is like we're giving real live examples
Right.
of what the work looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that we all can make that choice because it's a choice, man.
Right.
It's a choice. A lot of young men like yourself are making that choice. A lot of them are not. Uh, what would you say to those young men that may feel stuck or struggling, may not be clear on their purpose, um, that may just be spinning? Like, what advice would you give them? What would you say to them?
I mean, I would say, you have to go back to self. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't spend enough time to meditate, or, you know what I'm saying, or ask God, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, try to seek him. A lot of people don't. They take people for their word. Oh, I heard this, I heard that, but you ain't never tried it yourself.
Like, no intimacy. They
You know what I'm
ain't
saying? Yeah, you ain't trying to build no relationship or nothing.
right.
You
That's
feel what
right.
I'm saying? So it get to that point, you know what I'm saying? And we just get caught up in, you know what I'm saying, competition, and we get caught up in, or I want to look like something, or but the whole time you missing, well, you need to get in tune. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you can talk to God. And he'll show you certain things. He shows signs and wonders every day. So a lot of people don't really want to see signs and wonders. They just, you know what I'm saying? They really ain't in tune, so they not gonna really understand. But I want them to really, take some time to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be more patient with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Build a relationship with God. Accept Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own different belief or religion, but that's what I'm on, and he ain't failed me yet.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I'm riding with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, it's funny how you have to go through certain points of life to really get the back to that, like where it all started at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Cause the same people who ain't believing, they ain't really they not in tune with themselves. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And like I was talking earlier, everything just revolve around self. You know what I'm saying? Then how he gonna give you certain words to talk. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, say, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? They gonna show you. He gonna show you how to treat people. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
gonna show you how to, you know what I'm saying? He gonna show you when to do it and how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And but we don't. We thinking we doing everything on our own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to give him no credit.
Mm-hmm.
We giving ourselves the credit,
Mm-hmm.
and we ain't did nothing.
Right.
You
Right.
feel what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
He the one brought us anywhere. Ain't gonna take us out
Yep. That's
when he
right.
ready.
That's
So
right.
people just gotta tap in with a inner man.
That's right.
You
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
That's so good. Well, I just want to tell you that I am unbelievably proud of you. Like just seeing you grow up and becoming a young man that you've become, doing your thing, working, being responsible
Right,
husband, raising your kids, helping to raise other people's kids on the football field, building your business. Like I mean, I just think you were worth highlighting.
right.
And so,
Trying,
yeah,
trying,
yeah,
trying. Come from trying.
yeah, and all them positive words you put on Facebook. Like I haven't read anything on there that you've written that was downgrading in any type of way.
Right,
So, I just want the opportunity to highlight that. I hope people are inspired
right,
by you to become better people for themselves
right,
just because they see you doing it.
right.
So, thank you so much for spending this time with me, talking with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, and I'll be calling you again because I know I'm gonna need another TV hung or something.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. Yeah. Yeah, it feel good to, you know what I'm saying, even if you got to step by yourself, long as you stepping.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm
right.
saying? Some motion better than no motion, you
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
That's
Cause
right.
you ain't moving nothing, you ain't doing nothing.
Right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. I rather if I'm as long as I'm moving, even if it means I'm moving by myself,
That right.
I'm doing it.
That right.
I'm making a decision. I'm executing.
That right. That right. I
That
can't move on your pace, I gotta move on my pace.
yeah.
And everybody on, you know what I'm saying, they frequency is they, you know what I'm saying, they vibrant energy is on different levels, so we just gotta move accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right, and just accept that's true. Cause sometimes we want people to move with us that ain't ready to move, don't have the capacity yet. I believe we all have it in us, but everybody ain't making that decision. And so I think sometimes we have to make the hard decision and say, well, I see what this person doing. I'm not really trying to be at that level. I'm gonna have to let them go. It's
right,
been great, you know, it's been good, but our end has come,
that
and I'm
right,
okay. I'm okay with it. I'm gonna keep moving. I wish them well. I know they coming along. It's gonna be at their own pace, but I got a different pace that I'm trying to work at,
that's right.
and I think that's okay. I think what happens sometimes we get in trouble when we stay there too long.
That's yep,
When we stay in a situation too
yep.
long.
You right, you right,
Yeah, because like you said earlier, uh, we'll have that insight, we'll have that intuition when really this thing needs to be over.
right.
It's just having the courage to follow it.
That's right,
So,
that's right.
well, thank you so
I
much. I
appreciate you.
appreciate you coming all the way down here to have this discussion with me.
I know it.
Uh,
Got to talk about something.
yeah, that's right. Let it be something good.
I know, right?
Yeah.